Good morning, dear hearts. We're on lesson 109. This is a day of rest, and our lesson is I Rest in God. And please subscribe. This is a lesson that is very much written as a meditation. This is a day of a lesson that is really about our rebirth, our rejuvenation. This is a lesson about the equanimity of all creation. This is a lesson that will rejuvenate us to the awareness that indeed we are a perfect thought from within a perfect mind. And all that we need to do is to remain and rest in God. For all of this world, this tired world, this world of clashing dreams, to be healed and to realize that it too can rest in God. So today's lesson begins. We ask for rest today and quietness unshaken by the world's appearances. We ask for peace and stillness in the midst of all the turmoil of the clashing dreams. That's what this world is about. The ego world is about clashing dreams, clashing illusions. Every illusion is a dream. We want to rise above those clashing dreams and find our space that we may rest in God. I rest in God is the repetitive phrase that we have in today's lesson. It says this thought will bring to you the rest and quiet, peace and stillness, the safety and the happiness you seek. I rest in God. This thought has power to wake the sleeping truth in you, whose vision sees beyond appearances to that same truth in everyone and everything there is, the equanimity of all. Here is the end of suffering for all the world and everyone who came and yet will come to linger for a while. Here is the thought in which the Son of God is born again to recognize himself. There's so many beautiful parts to this lesson. I will highlight a few of them, but again, this is a beautiful lesson that would be lovely in one of our 5-minute sessions of practice to take that 5 minutes and read this lesson. It tells us this is a day of peace. You rest in God. And for those of you who don't know yet, I have an acronym for rest. Remain eternally still today. And that's what we do when we rest in God. We remain eternally still. And in that stillness, it tells us, in timelessness you rest while time goes by without its touch upon you. We are eternally still, and time will have no effect upon us because we will be in a place of total stillness, equanimity, and peace. And for your rest can never change in any way. Let these periods of rest and respite reassure your mind that all its frantic fantasies were but dreams of fever that has passed away. All the dreams, the feverish dreams that we have in this world are all passing away. They are gone. They vanish, just like the ego vanishes when we no longer choose to believe in it. No more fearful dreams will come now that you rest in God. And take time today. Take this time to slip away from all of the dreams and go into peace. This is our time of rebirth. Now, it tells us that each hour that we take our rest today, a tired mind is suddenly made glad. A bird with broken wings begins to sing. A stream long dry begins to flow again. That is the rebirth, but not just our own rebirth. It's the rebirth of the entire world. The world is born again when we take the time to rest in God. And when we rest, that rest will be the only thing there is that comes close to all the worn and tired. And the time when we rest will be the only thing there is that comes close to all the worn and tired minds, too weary now to go their way alone. This rest rejuvenates all of them. You rest within the peace of God today and call upon your brothers from your rest to draw them to their rest along with you. And it tells us that we call across the world from far away to those who are far and those who are near as well. Distant brothers and closest friends, bid all of them to enter here and rest with you. And each time that we rest today, that we take this rest, these 5 minutes, this is our practice. These are the first 5 minutes of each hour. That you rest within the peace of God today, quiet and unafraid. Each brother comes to take his rest and offer it to you. This is the giving and the receiving are one in truth, and we rest together here, for thus our rest is made complete, and what we give today we have received already. Time is not the guardian of what we do today. There is no specific time. Yes, we're practicing for those 5 minutes, but the rest that we take puts us into a place of timelessness, which is why time does not have any effect upon us when we rest in God. And just to go into the first 50, that, where does this lesson blend in, weave into one of our first 50 or more of our first 50 lessons? And certainly that is, God is in everything I see, because God is in my mind. And God being in my mind is where I go to rest with God. I rest in God. I remind myself very often today that indeed I do rest in God. So let us rest together, go into our stillness, our peace, our quietude, and to be in that space, that state of equanimity where we know that we indeed are all one. That's it for today. I hope this helped. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment, please pray. Pray for that beautiful moment when you know you indeed rest in God. And the orchid is magnificent. Namaste.